I want to thank the association for arranging this tonight. It's a lot of hard work went into it, and I really appreciate it on behalf of my father. Sorry. Curiosity keeps an artist alive. Baba was curious. Baba paid attention to people, animals, things, both beautiful things and ugly things. We admire and we benefit from how he documented them every day of his life. But if I had to pick one quality of his that I am most proud of, it would be that he was able to turn this exceptional talent for observation inward too. At many points in his life, he assessed the situation, what was going on, both good and bad, and what his own part was in all that was happening. And then he made changes. Not just resolutions to change, but real changes in his behavior, in his outlook, and he stuck with them. The first time I noticed him going through this ritual, I was a teenager, and therefore, like all teenagers, I was skeptical. This just can't be true, I thought. So I poked and I prodded and I tried to trip him up, but to no avail. He had made lasting improvements, and in the face of the facts, my teenage nihilism took a serious hit. Baba believed that we can change ourselves and the world for the better. These are not fashionable or sophisticated stances. Baba saw the world with the wide open, curious eyes of a child and not those of a jaded adolescent. And yet, he worked harder than any grown-up I've known. If I had to pick the best times I spent with my father, I would have to choose our late-night conversations. Sometimes the most difficult conditions in life offer the most opportunity for connecting to our loved ones. During part of the Iran-Iraq War, I lived alone with Baba in Tehran, and sometimes in the middle of the night, we would be woken up by the anti-aircraft guns going off on the roof across from where we lived. Baba and I would scramble out of our bedrooms on opposite ends of the apartment, fumble our way through the pitch dark, and meet under the arch of the doorway to his studio, where we kept stashed candles, matches, cushions, and of course, 2 glasses and a bottle of homemade wine. And then, in the glow of the candlelight, we would talk and talk and talk. This August here in California, in Baba's hospital room, there were several improbable times when circumstances converged in our favor. Late in the night, in that most clinical and disheartening of places, Baba's medication would magically balance out, and in the hum of all the monitors attached to him and in the soft glow from their dials, we lay side by side like 2 children at a slumber party, holding hands over the hospital bed rail and peering through it at one another. And once again, time stretched out, and we would talk and talk. He told me beautiful things, and sad things, and funny things. He told me about projects he was finishing, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 projects. And he told me about projects he had just come up with. He told me he was writing a short story as he lay there in bed, a story of 2 brothers, a story about loyalty and betrayal. He told me about a simple yet ingenious idea he had for a new series of prints. All of us here, we know that if he had been allowed to live a few more weeks, months, or years, he would have completed all of these projects, and then he would have come up with more. Baba knew how to follow through. Today, we mourn him and we celebrate him. Many people who loved him are here in person. Anna, his wife of 25 years, his only grandson, Behrang, family and friends who loved him and whom he loved dearly. Among the many who are here in spirit, I would like to mention just a few. His sister, Aunt Belet in Iran, Baba's many friends and students in Iran and all over the world, our sister Adrienne, who was by Baba's side when he died, her daughter Melanie, Baba's only granddaughter, and our mother Audrey, who died in 1999, an artist and a teacher too, and it just happens today is her birthday, November 6th. In the condolences that I have received, I have noticed two types in particular that stood out. One group said something along the lines of, "I knew your father better than anyone. Your father was like a I'm sorry, and your father better than anyone. He was my best friend." Another group said to me, "Anita, I know what you're going through. Your father was like a father to me too." I am proud that my father had so many friends, so many colleagues, so many students, so many children, so many people in his life. I'm very happy to have been his friend and his daughter. Let us honor Baba's memory. Let us keep him and his art alive by remaining curious, by paying attention, by believing in change, and by following through with those commitments that reflect the best in all of us. Thank you.